Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. Good to see you on this bonus stream. Just doing some more quality of life stuff. My publisher got back to me with some feedback, and funny enough, it tracks with a lot of the feedback you've been giving me as well, so that's good. It's nice that the feedback is all uniform. But what I'm working on specifically right now is adding a quick restart button to the run overview screen. That's something that some of you have requested as well. So basically this button would basically just run back the run that you just did with a different seed. But it would be the same character, all that good stuff. So I'm in the middle of doing that right now. I've added a new art asset for the play again button. It's right there. And also, I don't know, just 20 minutes ago, I sped up the end run animation quite a bit. I think it's like, oops, well, it's broken right now because I have this hidden, but the end run animation is like a half a second or 3/4 of a second shorter in total now. So just gets you to the summary quicker, but also you're going to be able to click this little button to start a new run with the same character. So yeah. So right now I'm just in the middle of actually integrating that art, and then got to make it clickable. And then once it's clickable, I have to figure out how to actually make the run restart. So that's what we're going to be doing. Anyway, hello Clickertail, welcome back. Ninja Link, good afternoon, good to see you again. Welcome back. Mel's, hello, hello. Hello Skuya, welcome. Glad you're making the animations quicker. Yeah. I mean, what I wanted to do is I wanted to make it so that if you like click or anything, it would just automatically skip the animation, but these animations are a little bit complex. And the one thing that's annoying with tweens is that there's no way to like, at least that I'm aware of, there's no way to like fast forward a tween. So what I would love to be able to do with a tween is like tell it to go forward like 1,000 seconds, for example, and then have it sequentially execute everything that it's going to execute. But as far as I'm aware, I mean, maybe that's possible. Because there's this process mode. No, actually. Custom step. Oh, processes the tween by the given delta value. Oh, I've missed this. Okay, so maybe I can still do that. So anyway, we're gonna keep the sped up animations, but I may also look at custom step to advance all tweens immediately to skip run overview animation. So it's just kind of like this quality of life stuff, but I missed that when I was just working on it. But the sped up animation is better anyway. It feels a little bit less sluggish, but I'll look at doing that next. But we got to do the play run again button first. Seems like my energy company doesn't want me to participate in the GMTK. Uh-oh, that's not good. Well, the nice thing is it's longer this time around, so you got more time. Hello, Hive Bee. Maybe use the speed scale of the tween. Does tween have a speed scale too? Oh yeah, it does. Interesting. I don't know how I missed this. Anyway, let's get into making this work. So play again, clickable control. So I'm adding an input lock there. Quit to menu clickable control. Yeah, so let's just do this. Play again dot position is equal to vector 2 dot left times, let's just use 48, or maybe we'll do 32. Okay, play again tween. Play again tween Tween position, set delay 0.7. I think that's it. Where's my quit to menu label? Oh, that seems a little bit slow. Let me take a look, actually. Well, I'm not going to be able to see it. Shoot. Well, I actually don't need this to be hidden anymore. This this run overview is a little bit hard to work with because the menus are overlaid on it, but that's all right. Oh yeah. Okay, I need to bump this down quite a bit. Okay, so we're basically just going to copy this. So we're going to set parallel, copy this property. This, oh, tween position, this is play again. And then here, play again tween, tween property, play again label, visible ratio, set delay. Okay, and then play again tween dot finished plus equals play again clickable control dot remove input lock. All right. Cool. All right, so now when we do the clickable control, I need to connect to that. On play again clicked. Okay. So now this is the tricky part. I need to figure out how to actually transition to the game. Change to run with run config. Do I have the run config anywhere in the run overview? So I need to reconstruct a run config. Run save model seed. So I need this run config. That's what I need for sure. Load seeded run. On character select context.select the difficulty modifiers. Are those the only, those are the main things I need. I need the difficulty modifiers and the character definition resource. Do I have a screen rect here? Yes. Screen rect. On quit to menu clicked. Back buffer comp. I don't, this is probably not blocking input, is it? On quit to menu clicked. Oh, that's probably a bug. I need to make a better screen fade out thing. Sorry, I'm just kind of bouncing around here. I'm wondering how input is being blocked. End run context, confirm admit end run requested. Okay, so run manager, end run requested. It's instantiating an input blocker component. I see. I really should create a scene for fade out that just contains the input blocker component. Add child input blocker component. I guess I don't need to worry about that right now. All right, let's just do the easy thing first. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna create a new private method. Async task fade screen out. Put that in there. Okay, and then quit to menu clickable control.add input lock. Play again clickable control.add input lock. Okay, so in here we're gonna do await fade screen out, and then in here we're gonna do await fade screen out. So this is where we need to do this .get main change to run, and then I need a new run config. In here, this is going to be equal to difficulty modifier or difficulty tiers .current difficulty modifiers IDs, and then I just need the character definition resource. So character registry .from ID. Now, how do I actually get the character ID? So we've got this initialize. I might as well run overview context. Actually, you know what? It would probably be safer. Active difficulty modifiers. It would probably be safer if I stored this context object, actually. So let's do private run overview context. Let's just call it initialized context. And then in initialize, we will say initialized context is equal to context. Okay, and then I'll have access to that. So instead of doing this, I can do initialize context.run save model active difficulty modifiers. It's not going to let me do that. Oh. Wait, maybe I didn't even need to do that. Nope, I didn't need to do that. Okay. Hello, Luius. Welcome back. When will current playtest become public? On the 27th. So 5 days. Hello, G. Whittington. Welcome. Firebelly twice in a row. Yes, indeed. Do you think you'll stream runs once you release the game? Yeah, I'm going to do a bunch of stuff. I mean, I'd like to do like a store page stream for Steam as well. That would be great. I'm still going to do streams though. Like, I'm not going to stop doing this after the game is released. So I think, yeah, post-release streams will probably just look like bug fixes, new content, all that kind of good stuff. Like, whatever I do for Alchemortis after release, I'll still do on streams. But also, you know, eventually after Alchemortis is released, I'm going to want to start prototyping my next game, and that's what the streams will be moving to after that. Of course, that all depends on, like, if I make enough money, because otherwise I might have to get a job, and then in that case, there will be no more morning streams. But welcome, Kelso. Good to see you. Kinyaz, welcome. Wonder what will happen after the game is released. I will lose my evening streamer, or will he start better content? Maybe. Maybe better. It's already peak. Well, thank you, Lulius. Hydrate, yes indeed. I've got tea. Black tea. Mm-hmm. You know you're a real developer when you're drinking black tea in the afternoon. Okay. Let's just do initialize context.run save model.character ID. Otherwise, we will default to character ID.necromancer. Okay. I think that should be it. I think that's really all I need to do. So now the next question is, does this actually work? So let's go into the game. I want to make sure that it's still clearing my save file. I'm pretty sure it does clear my save file, but we're going to want to try that. So let's go to this, turn off ignore save file. Let's just clear my save data as well. Does that clear my options? It doesn't clear options though. I feel like it should. Can always get peakier. Peaker. Is that my fave ever Godot streamer? Wow, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I will not disappoint. Clear save data. Okay, that got rid of my options. Cool. All right, let's just go into the game. Let's see what happens. Continue. Start. Necromancer, go. Abandon run. Yes. Goodbye. Oh, that's delaying quite a bit, but I click that and it puts me right back into a run. Okay, so that works. I do have generate test map on though, so let's clear the save data. I also need to make sure that the music transitions properly. Let's see. All right, this is going to be a little bit annoying, I think, but I'm just going to turn the music up. I suppose I can... All right, I'm just going to turn this music off real quick. Okay, here we go. So we go in, we grab this guy, we go in. That should transition to the normal game music. Okay, we're on the normal game music. I abandon run, transition to the lost music. Okay. That delay is too long, but I do this now. Perfect. So let's just make sure that this is regenerating the map too. So that's booster, booster. We abandon the run. Well, let's make sure of this as well. Alchemors.json. So we've got all these revealed nodes. Okay, so all this data is here. I click abandon run. That destroys the data. That's correct. Go in. Okay, I think that's a new map, right? Should probably make sure it works with the character that I have selected as well. Yeah, those are new maps. Okay, good. So in here, let's just turn on ignore unlocks so I can select a different character. I'm pretty sure the music is working, so I'll turn the background music back on. Okay. We're going to want to turn the music off here. Oh, it's off. Okay. Abandon the run. We're going to go in with Paladin. I click abandon run. Yes. Ignore that message. Oh, I didn't see it. Or was it the one I already read? Okay, let's make sure this puts me back with the Paladin. It does. Perfect. All right. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. So the remaining issue is basically to correct that delay. There's a little bit too much of a delay here. So why is that the case? .6 set delay 1.5 plus sequence delay. Oh, because this needs to be parallel. Play again tween.set parallel. There we go. Okay, let's see what that does. And let me just plug in the controller too and make sure that this works as expected. Perfect. Oh, I guess I can't select the combat summary button here. Why is that? Register and focus manager. I guess we're just fixing all kinds of issues on this screen. Let's put the play again as having the focus priority. I wonder if that works, actually. It may not work. It does work. Look, awesome. So now I can bring that up with the controller. I can scroll this. I can click play again. That's going to break from this screen though, because it's not in a proper game. So I guess I'll test it. I'm going to be pushing this update out to the playtest build. So I just want to make sure that everything is nice and good to go. Why does that abandon? I don't know why that has priority. Oh, the no button has confirmation. Well, whatever. Whatever. We'll worry about that later. Abandon run, yes. Hey, thank you so much, Kurt, for the supporter membership. That's very much appreciated. Thank you. Oh yeah, so I can still focus things. So this is a little bit of a mess, but I guess what I need to do in here is do focus manager dot disable all focus. Focus manager dot enable all focus. Okay. Thank you again, Kurt. Appreciate that. It's very generous. Okay, continue. Yes. All right, so abandon run. Wait, why is it saying, do I have ignore save file on? Or is it just never, is it never writing the save data again? Hold on a second, there might be a bug here. Ignore save file. I abandoned the run. Oh, right, because I'm starting a new run. If I were to close at this screen, it shouldn't show the continue. Right, okay. Brittle Bones, your turn to get annihilated by the end screen beam. Abandon run. Okay, play again. All right, I think it's working. I don't think I need to test this anymore. We could just check one other thing. So let's quit to menu. Let me do, so I've got ignore unlocks enabled. Let's turn this off. And I'm just going to enable all the difficulty modifiers and make sure that those carry over as well. Actually, let's just enable one. Let's abandon the run. Let's just do the one, all blood costs increase by 25%. So we'll do that, we'll grab the courier. So what I should see is that, first of all, this alchemy cost should be 6. Yes. So the alchemy cost is 6. I abandon the run. And if I click play again, the alchemy cost should still be 6. Yes. Okay, so it is carrying over the difficulty modifiers correctly. And if I quit to menu, I go to continue, abandon. It's still got that difficulty modifier selected. Okay, I think we're good. I think we are good. So add play again button to run overview. There we go. That's a big change. That is a big change indeed, but we have more to do. Small icon indicator near the obelisk showing which tiles will appear. Oh, I gotta take the dog out really quick. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. The dog is more important than us. Well, yes. I mean, as far as I'm aware, no one in chat is gonna pee on my carpet. I knew he had a dog in him. Stone Hands, welcome. Small icon indicator near the obelisk showing which tiles will appear. So, let's see. Brazier 1. So can I just use, hold on a second, let me try this. Add child node, sprite 2D. Is that good enough? Oops. Might have to put it under. What does that look like? If I do it this way, I'm going to have to redo some of the positioning, I think. Like I might have to move these down like that. Would that be too out of place? Let's see. Okay. Okay, so let's do this. Sprite 2D. Just put that there. This is the event icon. Event icon. Oh, I can't actually. Let's just do public void configure for event. Event type. Event type. Event icon dot texture is equal to event registry from type event type dot icon. I think that's basically it. And then we do the obelisk container. The obelisk container set options. Razor dot configure for event option dot change to event type. Okay. And I just probably want to fade this in, right? Play in visible equals false. Visual utilities dot fade in event icon. Let's do a delay of 0.5. And we'll say event icon dot visible is equal to false. Event icon dot visible equals true. All right, let's see. That seems fine to me. Now, wait a minute. Oh. I actually might want to put this out here, now that I think about it. Get these animations timings right. That seems fine. So now we just need to play out. Oops. Visual utilities dot fade out event icon. Okay. Well, that seems simple enough. Let's take a gander. I want to skip the menu. I don't want to sit through this. I don't want to sit through this. Who's got time to sit through the menu? Yummy tea. All right. Is it just doing the same? Wait, why is it generating the same map every time? Oh, because I don't have ignore save file on. Every time I press, so F9 reloads the game, but if I have a save file active, it just reloads the save, which is not helpful when you're trying to actually get to an obelisk quickly, for example. Kerblam. Go away. All right, here we go. I feel like that's good. I think I just want to move the event icon up some more, separate it out a little bit more, and that means that I'm going to need to move these down again just a little bit. And actually, I'm going to change this type to a reference rect so I can see the outline, and then I got to make sure that this, well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered, but we'll just change that. And now this custom minimum size here, we want to just bring that out. Yeah. Okay. So that's a little bit of quality of life for the obelisk. Then you don't need to, you know what type it's going to be changed to. And then you can read the description. Those should probably be animated as well now that I think about it. Okay. All right. So event icon. All right, let's do this. We're going to add a new node 2D. Event icon root. Put the event icon under there. We need to mark that as a unique name. Okay, so after play in, fade in event icon, I might as well do an await here. Do I want to do that? Play in. No, I probably don't want to do that. Set loops 0. Tween position. Event icon vector2 dot up times 2. Let's do so we'll just add a little bit of animation to those. Hopefully that makes it feel a little bit nicer. Yeah, that seems fine. I think what I might want to do is just do a random duration on that. Randef range 0.9 f, 1.1 f, and then we'll do this. Okay, hopefully that's the last thing we need to do for that specifically. Okay. We'll just give it one final check in game. And we'll see what's going on. F9 to restart, F9 to restart, F9 to restart. Here we go. Skip over this one. Boosters, upgrading counters. Into health upgrading counter. Okay. Are you joining the GMTK Jam? No, I'm not. No, I am not. Hello, V. Welcome back. Good to see you. Okay. So that's done. Shop purchases, that's one I want to do. I do want to do max difficulty beaten for characters. So I may do that as well. Make shop purchases cost equal to item cost. Yeah, so we're going to do this one. So the problem, I didn't realize this was going to be a problem, but I reduced the shop prices. And the problem with that is some items are offered for cheaper than what they sell for. So you can just buy a shop item and sell it back and gain blood, which is obviously not intended. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think instead of randomizing the prices of the items, I think what I'm going to do is just offer the items for sale for a price that's equal to their sell price. So if you were to buy an item and sell it, your net gain would be 0, right? I think that's fine, because then you can't get any blood from it, but it still retains like the cheap cost that I was going for. Let's try something. I forgot how much. Yeah, so if I do like odd item, skeleton, dragon, that sells for 5. Okay, so the max price on the shop would be 5 then. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. That seems more reasonable to me. Okay, anyway, I'm going to take another quick break, and then when I come back, we will implement that and also some other things. So, BRB. Well, your favorite niche e-celeb is back, and let me tell you what, I'm reclaiming my niche e-celeb status. The Twitch viewership numbers right now are incredibly low. So I'm squarely back into niche territory, which is good. Okay, make shop purchases equal to item cost. So if we go to the shop configuration, min card price, max card price, we're just gonna get rid of this. We're just gonna get rid of that. Get possible card prices, delete. Possible prices, base cards. Possible prices. Yeah, I think I just need to do this. Price is equal to what is it? Currency manager dot calculate. How do I get the sell price? Base sell price. Oh, is that just what I do to get the sell price? Oh, right, because we want this. We also want this to be affected by. We also want this to be affected by. The difficulty modifier that increases the price, but I think that happens not in the configuration. So I think I can just do this. And actually, I don't even need to do that. I can just throw that in there. And technically, I don't even need to pass this along in the configuration anymore, but I mean, we might as well. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, let's take a look. Generate test map shop. All right, let's take a look. And we'll make sure that this is affected by the difficulty modifiers as well. So yeah, we've got it costs 4 to buy the succubus. I buy that. I can also sell it back. So if I accidentally buy something, I just am out 0 money. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I don't see a reason to randomize. They're already pretty randomized, and then the price automatically tracks with their size as well. So yeah, I don't have any problems with that. So handle is not initialized. I wish I could figure out where that issue is coming from, but I don't know. Well, that one was easy. Let's make sure that it works with the difficulty modifier. So let's turn off skip menu. All blood costs are increased by 25%. Also, I'm going to go on a little side quest, I think. Update blood icon art. I'm going to do a little art update. So the problem with the price increase is that because it has to be rounded to an integer, it's not really going to affect these things that cost just like 1, but it should affect the larger item. Here we go. Yeah, so like this one, no, maybe that's not working. If I buy this and it's sell it for 5, so it's not working. Was I never affecting the card prices? Shop container. Get adjusted cost. Set option. Price override. Oh, this is floor to int. Well, that shouldn't matter. Yeah, that shouldn't matter. I may make this round to int though, but I don't know why this isn't... Did I not properly select the price increase? All blood costs are increased. We go and start. This should say... Oh, it's not even working. Wait a minute. What happened? Oh, because I'm generating the test map. Oh, if I generate test map, it doesn't carry over the difficulty modifiers. Well, that kind of sucks. Also, there's other thing that I'm not understanding, which is that I don't know, is the noble pedigree going to work? So I will just trust that it works. Now, what happens if I do like 1.25 times 3? Yeah, if I round to int, I might do a round to int, because right now it's flooring to int. I don't know about that one. Oops, I forgot to add the noble pedigree. Add artifact, noble pedigree. That is working. Interesting. Well. Okay. Why do the difficulty modifiers not apply when I'm doing the test map? Let's do this. Default run config with active difficulty modifier IDs, run config dot active difficulty modifier IDs. I think I just need to pass those along. So now if I add that, I should see the shop prices going up correctly. All right, so start, go here, select that one. Yeah, I think round to int would be better. But anyway. Oh, you know what I should do? Show current active difficulty modifiers in pause menu, if applicable. All kinds of quality of life things coming up to the forefront. That's okay though. Why is this still not right? I don't understand. Why is it not? Oh no, that is right. Sells for 4 now. Right, okay, yeah. Okay, so that is indeed working. Good. And now let's just do one final thing. In the currency manager, get adjusted cost, we're gonna do round to int here. So we're gonna penalize the player a little bit more. So that way, if we end up with a number like, I don't know, 6.75 or whatever, it will be rounded to 7 instead of down to 6. Oh, I forgot to select the difficulty modifier, didn't I? Always something. Always something. Okay. I think we're good. Okay, make shop sell cards for their sell price. Okay, next. I want to see if I can update this blood icon a little bit. Show in File Explorer. Let's just open this in Sprite. Let's just turn on load default palette. I just want to see if this will look better if I add some more. I might actually, I'm going to play around with this a little bit while I'm doing this. I mean, maybe that's not better, but let's just take a look. Okay. I just want to see if that looks any better. Turn on skip menu. Time for a night with a game night with the kids. Great stuff so far. Have a great night. All right, you too, Ninja Link. No, I don't like that. Let's just go back to what it was. I do think I want to try to add some. I do think I want to try to add some more here for sure. Let's see if that works. Genius. Hello, Chud W. I don't know what's genius, but no, I don't know. I guess I just don't like that. I thought adding the darker pixel here was going to work, but what I can do instead yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll just keep it like that. Maybe just that extra little highlight will help. Or I could just put yeah, I don't know. Something about this big region here is just not sitting well with me. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Can add maybe that'll do it. Let's see. So I added a little white highlight and then a little bit of, I don't know what you would call that, but I don't know, I think it looks better. I can't really tell. Well, whatever. I'll just quit while I'm ahead. Actually, that might be okay. Move this down. That might be the one. Let's see. No. Okay, I think this one was okay. I think this version is decent. Are those being... Hold on a second. Let's try that. I don't know. I don't need to spend so much time on this. I wonder if that's just not scaling correctly. Let me check that really quick. I think I checked this already. But let me just make sure that these textures are being scaled properly. Keep and then shrink end. Yeah, that's correct. All right, well, did you create all the artwork for this? I did, yes. Hello, Dan Dubs, welcome. Yeah, all the art is done by me. Okay, I think that actually does look better. Yeah. So I think just adding the little white highlight into the glob of blood, plus, I don't know what you call it, but like, if you're trying to do something shiny or like liquid or something, sometimes it helps to take like your highlight color and like just put a couple pixels on the edge. I don't know, I think the term is like indirect lighting, but I may be using that wrong. But let's just assume for the sake of argument that it is indeed called indirect lighting. That can give it a little bit more of an impression that it's translucent to some degree, or it's like especially reflective. So I think that's fine. I think it looks better. It looks better than what it was, so I'm just going to update that. That's honestly really impressive. Thank you, Dan Dubs. I appreciate that. It's been a long time. It's been a long time of effort on this game, but it has challenged my pixel art skills beyond what I expected it to. Because when I started this game, I was not good at pixel art at all, and I would still say that I'm like not like the best at pixel art. I think what I would say is that I'm competent, and if I spend enough time on a piece of art, I can make something that looks good or at least respectable. But like, here's what the early versions of the art look like. I've shown this before, but like, when I started this game in March of 2025, this was the best art that I could produce. Which, it still kind of has like an endearing style, I would say. Like, a game that was made entirely in this style would not be terrible, I don't think. But that's the old Skeleton Warrior. That's the first Skeleton Warrior I drew. And then if we look at the new Skeleton Warrior, which is not really new at this point. I mean, I think I redrew that Skeleton Warrior like 8 months ago or something. But if we look at the new Skeleton Warrior, that's what he looks like now. And even still, like, I think I could redraw him again and it would look even better. But yeah, so when I started, this was my level of art skill. So I've learned a lot. over the course of making this game, and as such, I've had to go back and redraw a ton of things. Like the Viper is completely redrawn, the Alembic is completely redrawn. This thing is not even in the game. I don't even know what this thing is supposed to be, but like rim lighting, yeah. Hello, JN Archer, by the way, welcome. Wait, JN Archer, are you a member? You are. Thank you for being a member. Appreciate that. That's still really good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, it's kind of it's a little bit amusing. People come in and say, I can't do pixel art. Like, how did you get so good? And then, you know, there's no secret. It's just like I struggled a lot, and I still struggle a lot. I mean, just yesterday, was it yesterday? I was making a fool of myself trying to draw. What was it? I was trying to redraw. I forgot already. Oh, the leech. And I was just not, it was just not working, but it's okay. Okay, update blood icon. Okay, show current. So we've got a couple of options. This one is one my publisher suggested. Display max difficulty beaten next to each character. So I would want to track what is the most difficulty modifiers you've had enabled when you win with each character. I think it would be fun to do that one. So let's do that. Does VS Code show image diffs like that natively, or is that an extension? I believe it's native. I'm pretty sure it's native. I don't have any extensions for that. All right. Close all. So here we go. JSON property name, JSON property. Oh my gosh. Property name. It's right. Why are you not auto-completing? It's right here. It's right here. Okay. Runs 1 by difficulty modifier count per character. Runs 1 by difficulty modifier count per character. So this would need to be a dictionary. Do I need to store that level of detail, or should I just store the most? Well, I guess it doesn't hurt. This would have to be an extra level of dictionary here. This would be a string. Yeah, I mean, we might as well just do that, and then we'll do runs lost by difficulty modifier count per character. I guess if I was smart, I could have just merged these into one dictionary. But I don't know. I can't. The thing about having the playtest out is that I can't really. I mean, I can, but I don't want to. I don't want to make changes to the shape of the data that I'm storing, because then I would have to write a save file migration. And every time you write a save file migration, of course, there's a chance that you break something and like brick someone's save, right? So, why is this so bright? So I'll just add new properties for this, although this could probably be merged into a better dictionary, right? Because then I could do, I mean, I could always set up like a parallel. No, this is probably the simplest way to represent the data, actually. So this is probably fine. Run statistics. Merge context. So we're going to require the character ID. Do I want to require the character ID? This might be more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Run save manager. This one has the character ID here. So I do character ID is equal to character ID. So that's good. What about the other situation? Challenge list. I guess I could just do character ID equals null here. So I'll just have to handle that. So if context, let's just do if string.is null or empty context.character ID. Actually, we'll probably want to nest this in here actually. Because if we're not getting an is victory value, then we actually don't want to do any merging in here. Okay, so runs. If has character ID, runs 1 by difficulty modifier count per character, dot try get value. Actually, let's just, do I even need to do this? Not string is null or empty. I guess that doesn't really do much except check for an empty string, but that's fine, I suppose. Character ID is not equal to null. Try get value character ID out var wins by difficulty modifier count. Wins by difficulty modifier count nullable equals new. Wins by difficulty modifier count. Oh, we're going to try to get the value now. So var current win count is equal to... I could probably simplify this too. I'll work on simplifying this after I just get this logic down here. So current win count is wins by difficulty modifier count dot try get value. Let's do this. Difficulty modifier count is equal to context.active difficulty modifiers. Difficulty modifier count. Okay, try get value difficulty modifier count out var win count plus plus, wins by difficulty modifier count. Difficulty modifier count is equal to win count. Oh gosh, so many win counts. Or, yeah, this is wrong. Current win count. And then I need to reassign this. Runs 1 by difficulty modifier count per character. Character ID is equal to wins by difficulty modifier count. Goodness gracious. So essentially what this is doing is this is basically just saying, okay, do we currently have a character entry? If not, create a new dictionary for it. And then this one is saying, do we have a current win count? If not, the current win count will be defaulted to 0. We'll increment it by 1. Then we need to reassign both of these to handle the null case, right? So like if any of these were null, we need to make sure to reassign so that way it's stored in the data properly. And then I need a duplicate. So these are like duplicates, right? So I almost want to just clean this up right now, but let's just change this to runs lost. This is current loss count. And this is losses. But these are basically the same block. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do a private method, void record win loss, something like that. And we're going to want to pass in the run statistics. No, we don't need the run statistics. We just need the merge context. So let's pass in the merge context. Let's do record win loss for merge context. Okay. So we're just going to take a look. Let's just grab this block here. We'll just call this context. That's fine. All right, if context victory value target dict is equal to context dot is victory let's do this. Return var is victory is equal to context.isVictory.value. All right, so we can just get rid of this. Okay, target dict is equal to isVictory, runs 1 by difficulty modifier count, else runs lost by difficulty modifier count. We'll do this, target dict there. Win loss value. Maybe I'll call it win or loss value. Okay, and then if character ID is not equal to null, we're going to say var character target dict is equal to is victory, runs 1 by difficulty modifier count per character. Otherwise runs lost by difficulty modifier count per character. And then here, this would be character target dict. This would be win or loss for character. Try get value. Win or loss for character value. All right, I think that's correct. Yeah, I think that's correct. So then in here, this all gets simplified to record win Loss for merge context. Let's rename this to record win or loss. Okay. Obviously, I'm going to have to test that pretty thoroughly. Let's turn off ignore save file. Let's do enable quick victory. So I'll just clear my save data, and then we'll take a look. And we'll see if that data gets recorded correctly. Wait a sec, VS Code is dedicated Claude button. No, it's an extension. It's an extension for my personal Claude subscription. Hello, Kapata. It's going well. How are you doing? I probably should turn off generate test map. Is it going to be the same exact thing? No. Okay. So, let's see what happens. This should put me right into the victory screen. Okay, so we're in the victory screen, no errors in the console, that looks good. So if I look at my alkabordis.json, runs won by difficulty modifier count is 0. Runs lost by difficulty modifier count is empty. Runs won by difficulty modifier count per character. So Necromancer 0 is 1. Okay. That looks correct to me. So we're going to test the lost case, but I also want to put a bunch of difficulty modifiers on. So I've got what? Let's do 6. Let's do 6. We'll go to brittle bones. Okay. So I'll do a win, and then I'll also try an abandon run. We'll just make sure all that data is being stored correctly still. It should be, because they're, you know, it's pretty straightforward logic, I think, but never underestimate my ability to mess up straightforward logic. So we've got 6 modifiers with 1 victory and the skeleton with 6. Cool. So let's do play again. If I abandon the run now, we should see losses. Runs lost by difficulty modifier count per character, skeleton, and then 6 and 1. Yeah. Okay. We are good to go on that. So I have the data now. That's the important part, right? And actually, I should make sure, if I quit to menu, I should make sure that this challenge list still works. It does. Okay. Cool. So now we need to actually make that show up in here. So I'll probably put this in the character information. Where do I put it though? That is a good question. Where do I put it? Well, anyway, we have the data, and this is safe. It's definitely saved safe, because any additional data that you add to the save model, when it's serialized or deserialized from JSON, it will just be defaulted to whatever value, which in this case is an empty dictionary, so we're good with that. So track win loss by difficulty count per character. And the nice thing about this too is that that is also just implicitly tracking the total wins and losses by character. So that would be an interesting piece of information to show the player as well. So if I just want to tally up the total losses, right, I would just reach into this dictionary for the particular character and I would just add up all of the values, right? So just ignore the keys, sum all the values, and that's my total wins. But then I have the breakdown available by difficulty count as well. Just working on UI elements for a game. Oh, UI is fun. UI is fun. Hello. Hello, Lee Yunzir. Welcome. How long has this game been in development for? Since March of 2025. So it's been a year and a half, just about. Is that right? A year and a half? No, we're approaching a year and a half of development, which all things considered is pretty good. I think if I knew what I was doing from the start, probably would have taken less than a year. But yeah, share your Claude API key. No, thank you. Actually, I don't even know what my API key is because it uses, the VS Code extension uses an OAuth flow to authorize you. So I'm sure I could find my key somewhere, but it's not like I configured the key myself. I just signed in with my account. What would you say the hardest part of dev to learn so far? Well, this project has been really hard in terms of like just game design generally, but also the art side of things and the UI side of things. So the game design was hard because it was just like trying to get the game into a state where it was fun to play. Was very difficult and required like many rounds of iteration, but I've learned a lot. I think I won't make a lot of the same mistakes for my next game. And the pixel art, yeah, the same deal. It's just like I wasn't really that good at pixel art when I started. I got better as the development went on, and then I had to redo a bunch of art. Time flies. Could have sworn it's only been some months. Yeah, it does fly. That's why I'm kind of like, I'm kind of in this mode where I'm like, I need to just work to get all this stuff done because the release is coming up before the end of the year. And that sounds like a lot of time, right? Like if you say, well, December 31st is the absolute latest that this game could launch, we're almost at the end of July, so that's 4 months. But 4 months is not a lot of time at all. And so, yeah. But the good news is that this game is largely good to go. I've got quality of life stuff to do, content stuff to do, some more balanced stuff, I think. But generally speaking, I think it's feeling pretty good. Generally speaking. Okay. So now I need to show that character information. Where do I want to put this? Do I just put it like right under here? Oh, I have the character content container here, so I don't need to do any of that. Okay. We've got the display name label, got this texture rect. Do I just put another label here? Difficulty count beaten label. Highest difficulty count. I don't want to know. Difficulty count. That seems a little bit weird to me, but let me just see what that looks like in the character select. Actually, I can skip all this. I can just go straight to the character select here. I really don't know what to do about this. Where do I put this information? Where do I put this information? I could put maybe a little table down here. Do I want to do that? Get rid of this. Instantiate, no, add rich text label with BB code enabled, fit content, turn off scroll. So I'm thinking this would be like, just gonna sketch this out. Copy UID. I always do this wrong. There we go. So this would be like 0, 1, I don't know about that. Maybe I just simplify this. Maybe I just do I mean, do I just do something like that? Let's see how that looks. Is this your first project, or have you done some projects before this? Because it looks very polished. I would be buying for sure. Well, thank you. No, it's not my first project. I have a number of games that I released on Steam. I also made a number of Game Jam entries. My last game, Gunforged, is a twin-stick roguelite shooter. And it did pretty well. I think I've sold like 6,000 copies of that so far. And that released in, I think, February of 2024, or 2025, I mean. So pretty decent. I've had some like very small time success on Steam. So this is like, you know, this is my attempt to actually make some serious money off of a game. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Do you back up your work somehow? How do you make sure nothing is lost if something terrible happens, like computer stolen or house fire? So, and then what happens if the GitHub servers catch on fire? Some servers have been shot during a ransomware, and GitHub has been having outages lately. Yeah. So to answer both of those questions at once, so I have several copies of this project scattered around the place. There's a copy on my computer, obviously, because that's what I work on, right? So if everything else gets destroyed and my computer survives, I have a copy. But of course, it's backed up to GitHub, and who knows how many redundant copies of the repository GitHub has. But then I also have a nightly script that runs, that pulls all of my changed repositories and clones them to my network attached storage, which also has redundancy. It's two 8 terabyte drives in, I forgot the RAID number, but it's the RAID configuration that mirrors the drives, right? So I've got 2 drives which have exact clones of the data for each other. That means that if one drive fails, I still have all of my data on the other drive as well, right? So those 2 drives are cloned in the same device, but then there's another nightly backup process that backs up all of my data to a private S3 bucket of a different company that's not GitHub. So yeah, basically the world would have to go into apocalypse mode for me to lose any of my data, or something stupid would have to happen, like I don't check my backup processes to make sure they're actually backing things up, and then something bad happens and I discover, oh, I don't have backups, right? That's like the number one failure mode, right? People think they have their backups running and it silently fails, and you realize that you haven't been backing it up for like a year. But I do regularly check that my backups are actually working, and that they're being stored properly, and that I have email notifications that tell me every night whether the backup job succeeded or not. So yeah, it's very redundant. Kind of overkill? I don't think so. I mean, I think better safe than sorry. I think if your entire livelihood relies on digital data, then the small investment of time and money that it takes to ensure that you're basically never going to lose the data is, I think it's worth it, you know. I kind of view it as saying, like, isn't life insurance a little bit overkill? It's like, well, no, not really. You know, you hope that nothing bad happens, but in the event that it does, you're safe. For this game is a year and a half of his life, over 1,000 hours. Yeah. And it's like, look, if your entire livelihood is made with digital products and digital work, like I'm basically making videos and Udemy courses and video games, but if I'm relying on third-party services to basically be custodians of my data alone, you know, anything can happen. I mean, it's not unheard of for these services to just like block your account, right? It's not unheard of for them to like jack up their prices to the extent where you can no longer pay it, right? Or even something happens, you know, like, I don't know, I go a year without logging into my account or whatever, and they say, hey, we're going to delete your data now. So it's just like, you know, the redundancy between GitHub and also the S3 provider that I have, plus the fact that I have physical drives with my data on it in my house, it just, yeah, it's enough redundancy where like bad things can happen and I won't lose anything, basically. I was driving the other day and that thought hit me, like, people spend years developing a game. Yeah, I would feel like I'm pretty confident in GitHub. Obviously, if GitHub starts losing data, there are going to be lots and lots of very high value companies that are going to be absolutely ticked off at that and damaged by that. So I'm not worried that anything's going to happen with GitHub specifically. The thing I'm worried about the most is like, what if they just ban my account for whatever reason? I'm not doing anything ban worthy, but you know, they could do that. And then I would be up crap creek without a paddle, right? So I'm not worried about anything happening to GitHub. It's just the extra redundancy is nice. That's all. I was an active duty member of the German Armed Forces. One of the first things I did was get a life insurance to take care of my daughter and ex-wife should something happen. Yeah, that makes sense. Never trust a third-party service. Yeah, the third-party services in my mind are like, they're mostly for convenience, right? But if you're serious about wanting to preserve your data, you should have at least some other form of backup in addition to the service that you're using. Were you ever afraid that while streaming someone might steal your ideas, sprites, mechanics, or things like that? No, I'm not worried about that. And the reason that I'm not worried about that is the thing that makes, let me see if I can phrase this correctly. The ideas don't mean anything. Like when you come up with an idea, the chance that your idea is purely original is very unlikely. The chances are that hundreds of thousands or millions of people have had that same idea before you. The only thing that really matters is the execution. Like, that's the hard part, right? The hard part is taking the idea of Alchemortis and putting in all the time, effort, and energy to make it actually a thing, right? And so if somebody steals my idea, great. That means that they have to not only finish the game faster than I can finish it, but they have to do it better than I would do it. But if part of the appeal of the game is that it's got my art style and my vision behind it, there's a certain limit to how much they can actually like copy of it, right? Like, they're not going to be able to emulate my art style precisely, for example. So yeah, I'm not worried about it. Like, people can steal my ideas, I guess. They can try to do something with them, but I'm basically betting on the fact that the kind of person who would want to steal someone's game idea is also going to be the kind of person that is incapable of executing the idea in any meaningful way that's going to challenge the success of my game, right? Because the people who have the skills to create a highly polished game that's fun and worth buying, they have their own ideas, and they're going to make their own ideas. They're not going to steal somebody else's idea. If you've already had the skills to make your own game, then you're just going to make your own game, right? So yeah, I'm not worried about it. Yeah, I'm not worried about it at all. My click rate is over 2.09% now and hit 101 plays. Very nice. Congratulations, Kruta. That's awesome. GitHub has started using AI detection for spam, and bot accounts and false accounts have gotten banned. Also, there have been cases where Microsoft banned people just because they didn't like them. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, you don't want to be at the mercy of a third-party company for your livelihood, right? Like, if, you know, what other aspect of your life that's critical would you entrust to somebody but yourself, right? It's like, I think you should treat your data the same. Like, if your data is your livelihood, like, you are ultimately responsible for preserving that data. You can't rely on somebody else to do that for you, and it wouldn't be smart to rely on somebody else to do that for you. Okay, I'm going to take another quick 3-minute break, and when I come back, I guess I'll just put the stats in here. I'm not totally in love with that, but I don't really know what to do beyond that, to be honest. Abandon run. It's a massive milestone for me, second game jam ever, and I've done this well. Insane. Yeah, that's great. It's a great feeling. What am I doing? Okay, start. I need to figure out how to word that better, but that's okay. Noobs, Microsoft servers will not go down. Yeah, I mean, to be clear, I'm not saying that these things are likely to happen. I'm just saying that, again, if it's your livelihood, exposing yourself to that risk when you could, for very minimal cost and effort, basically eliminate that risk is like a no-brainer, right? Anyway, I'm going to be right back in 3 minutes, and we will continue on. All right, I'm back. I don't use GitHub though. I hate Microsoft. You know what? I've been entertaining the idea of doing a self-hosted Git, right? Self-hosted Git, which is basically like a GitHub clone, but is self-hostable. But there's a couple reasons why I'm not going to do that right now. I don't want to change like my whole tooling in the middle of Alchemortis development because who knows what issues are going to come up from that. And two, there is a cost to doing that, which is that you're the one that's responsible for doing the constant maintenance now, right? Like you got to make sure that all of your offsite backups are working. You got to update the software whenever there's a security vulnerability or whatever. If you want to be able to access your self-hosted, Git instance or whatever, you either gotta do some stuff with VPNs to make it a secure connection back to your house, or pay for some like monthly server hosting or whatever. So it's a whole big deal, but the idea of that is kind of appealing to me. Maybe I'll play around with that when Alchemortis is done. But make control version of Stripe. What are you making, games for ants? $5 VPS and set up a self-hosted GitHub alternative. Git is good. Look into Forge Joe. You got Claude right there. No, I already had Claude create like the plan to implement all that. It's just, there's still, it's not like magic, right? Like there's still going to be some manual intervention required. So yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it someday, but not right now. Not right now. But I actually have I have a Raspberry Pi with 8 gigs of RAM, which I didn't realize that it had that much when I bought it. But it's more than suitable to do all kinds of self-hosted stuff on it. So we'll see. Anyway, I gotta update this stats label. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to do the translation strings. What do I want to call highest difficulty count win? 0. Translation group, translation groups.ui, private const string UI, character, select, stats, highest win. Honestly, I may just make this easier on myself. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Total wins. Total losses. Okay. You have a Raspberry Pi with 8 gigs, that's Raspberry Cake, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually like, yeah, I'm actually quite shocked. I don't remember how much it was, but I bought it several years ago. Are you coming? Oh my gosh, this cat. There we go. Cat acquired. All right, configure. I guess we'll just put it in this giant method. Pen text. description utils dot format description tr UI highest win. I guess I'll just put 0 in here for now. Stats label, append, or let's just do new line. Okay, this would be UI character select total wins, UI character select total losses. So now we need to be able to get that data. Our highest win is equal to data initializer.global statistics. Really? Global statistics. Public ulong. Actually, public int get highest difficulty 1 for character. String character ID. If runs, let's just do this. Runs 1 by difficulty modifier count per character. Try get value, character ID. Win count. If win count dot count is equal to 0, we'll just return. I guess we'll do null. Because if we don't have stats for that, then we don't want to show it. Okay, otherwise, let's see if I can do this in a single link statement. Win run.count max x dot, let's see. Oh, I guess that's it. Okay. Public int get total losses for character. String character ID. Well, let's do wins first. Get total wins for character. Return win count dot sum x dot value. Oh, this needs to be a ulong. Oh, I forgot. You can't. I don't think you can sum a ulong, right? No, you can't. Oh, that's dumb. For each var entry in. Well, we do need to do this. Oh, you know what? If win count is equal to null. Win count dict. Okay. For entry and win count dict, win count plus equals entry dot value. Turn win count. I should create just like a helper method to sum up stuff, but whatever. Get total losses for character. Oops. Okay, whatever. Highest win, get highest difficulty 1 for character definition resource dot ID. Highest win is not equal to null. Put that in there. Oops. Okay. Total wins. Total losses. Okay, total wins, total losses. So this would be highest win, total wins, total losses. All right, let's see if I did it correctly. Hello, Neozoid. Welcome back. Always good to see you. Oh, that's a big yawn. But he doesn't look amused. Okay, let's see if this works. Brittle bones. Oh, I forgot to build the translations. Classic. Not me, JK. And we got a breakage. Oh, that's fine. Total wins, total losses. So these are working because these are null. There's no entries for those guys. Highest difficulty count win. So that's a little bit, I mean... it's there, and it works. But I guess that's nice because I can always expand the stats later if I want to add more. So I guess it's nice to have a section for it. Let's just do, well, go back into the game. We're going a bit too late, are we not today? No, this is just a bonus stream. I mean, we're at the 2-hour mark, but we'll see. I mean, I've still got some energy, so we'll see. Action quick win. That new blood icon looks great, actually, when it's doing the animation. Okay, to menu. Continue, start. So I start here. And then go here. I think I want to adjust that fade in a little bit, but let's see. Okay, so that is working. Cool. And just to be extra sure, I'm going to clear my save data, turn off skip menu. I was going to see what it looks like when I have no data, because I don't want any crashes or errors to happen, right? So I should be able to click these freely without any errors showing up, and these should all say 0. Yeah. Cool. All right. Okay. Track or show character statistics in character information. All right, back to the run overview. I want to just tweak some of this stuff here. think it takes a little bit too long to fade in for a lot of these things. So let's see. Let's adjust this stuff. I think I already what if I turn that down, turn that down? Turn that down. That seems better to me. Yeah, I think that looks pretty natural, actually. The city in the background is kind of tracking with the menu. Oh, set delay. Let's turn that down. Yeah. Arch, tween. I think this is all good. Okay, and what about the tree and the play again? Oh no, that looks fine. Yeah, now let's just flip this so that way it is the loss now. Where do I put that? Here. False there. Now we should see what the loss looks like. It should be basically the same thing. I think actually maybe it's not. Let's see. Tween interval 0.75, that's probably fine. Yeah, I think it's okay. Tweak, run, overview, timings, animation timings. So all right, so there is one thing that I want to do still. I want to make it, so that's done. I want to make it so you can skip that animation by clicking a button. The unfortunate thing about that is that it's not going to be that easy. So basically the way that I would have to skip the animation is every tween created in here would need to be tracked. Now that should be easy enough. I just create a method that creates a tween, adds it to a list, and then returns the tween back. The problem is these visual utilities here, this stuff, this does not return these visual utilities fade in do not return the tweens, so I can't actually advance the fade-ins, which may be okay. So let's just, I don't know, let's just try this. So let's create a private list tween, tracked tweens. Okay, and we'll make this read-only as well. Okay. So I'm going to create a new... What the heck is even going on here? Okay, here. Create tracked tween. This needs to return tween. Okay, so we're going to say var tween is equal to create tween, tracked tweens dot add tween, and then we're going to return the tween. Okay, So everywhere where I'm calling create tween in here, we need to replace that with create tracked tween. Okay, create tracked tween. Okay. Public override void input. Let's put another Boolean up here. Private bool is animating. Actually, let's not even do that. We're just going to do something easy. In here, when we call display toast, we're going to do set process input to false. So we'll stop input processing when the animations finish. And then in here, input, if evt.isActionPressed, game constants dot action click left. Then what we're going to do is we are going to end, or let's just call like private void skip animations. So in skip animations, we're going to do for each var tween in tracked tweens. We are going to do if not tween dot is valid. We'll just continue. Otherwise, we're going to do tween dot custom step. We'll just do, we'll just do 100 seconds, whatever. And then we'll just go ahead and we'll just track tweens dot clear, just to be safe. Okay, skip animations, get viewport dot set input as handled. Let's see what happens. Oh, interesting. I had to click twice. I mean, it kind of works. It's a little jarring for that to be sent over to the end, but I can skip it. It still plays those animations as well. So if I wanted to make this really polished, I would have to skip certain elements of the animation if we skipped instead of just sending it ahead. But that does skip the animations. Did you watch my trailer? My build got approved today, scheduled for release in a week. Very nice. No, I did not. I don't think I watched your trailer. I'm sorry. It's 3 a.m. boss. I'm tired to go to bed then. 12 a.m. for me. It's only 7 p.m. here. Why is that? I don't know why those panels. Oh. Wait a minute. I think my animation setup is a little weird. Do I have an await in here somewhere? Why do I have to click twice to make this work? Do I have an await in here somewhere? No, I don't. Why does it not play the panel animations? It still waits to play the panel. What? Panel. Am I doing something wrong? That's the panel tween here. Panel tween.chain. I wonder why that's not working. Must be Western European. So for some reason, the panel tween is not being stepped. Custom step. Skip animations. Let me put a breakpoint here. Oh. Collection was modified. Oh. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, I guess it does make sense. Oh. I'm creating a tween within a tween action. Son of a biscuit. Okay, we're gonna have to do this a little bit differently then. Var current tracked tweens is equal to, well, let's do this. While current track tweens.count is greater than 0. Current tracked tweens is equal to tracked tweens. Tracked tweens.clear. Right? So basically, because there are tweens that when they're tweening an action or when they're tweening a method, they're creating other tracked tweens. So I capture the current tracked tweens. While the count is greater than 0, I'm going to iterate over all of those, tween those custom steps. This tween custom step may trigger more tracked tweens to be added. So I reassign that list to the current snapshot of tracked tweens, clear tracked tweens, and then go back. So this will essentially keep running until all of the tweens have been created and stepped through. So that should actually work then. I think it would be better to do that as like a do while loop, but I'll work on that in a little bit. Okay, excellent. I want to make sure it works with a controller as well. Oh, it does. Oh my. Look at that. So we still got those ghosties showing up. Probably not necessary, but what happens in the victory case? I'm getting lost here. And I'll try to use a do while loop for that. It'll clean it up a little bit. Also give you some do while practice, you know? I think that's fine. Like, I guess if I really wanted to go the extra mile, I could disable those ghosts from showing up, those little particle things, but it's kind of fun to have those anyway, even if you skip the animation. That actually works really well. I was not expecting that to go that well. Okay. And then this input processing gets disabled at the end of the animation sequence, so it shouldn't listen for any more of those events afterwards. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So let's try to do this as a do while then. I'm just gonna rewrite it. So let's do list tween current tracked tweens. Do current tracked tweens equals tracked tweens dot clear. We copy this while. No, that doesn't work, right? Because I need to capture the tracked tweens. I'm sure there's a way to do this in the body here. No, wait, this is right, right? While tracked tweens.count is greater than 0. Is that right? I think that's the way to do it, right? So I have to define this outside the block. I assign it to basically a duplicate list. I clear the tracked tweens. This will go. And then if this block created more tracked tweens, this while loop will kick in and then it will do that all over again. So it's just a little bit, it's a little bit nicer, a little bit more proper to do it that way, I suppose. So I got the new demo out. Congrats. Thank you there, Savior. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Playtest is currently active. That appears to be working as well, so that's good. I'm just going to try interrupting this at various stages of the animation. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to listen to the sound effects. Ignore saved file, mute music, mute sound effects. I wonder if this is going to sound terrible. Okay, I'm going to turn off the music. Okay. Let's see what happens. Actually, that seems fine. Yep, that seems fine to me. Did you do the whole portal animation in Godot? It's a shader. So technically, I guess, yes. Seems to be working. I don't like how the challenge progress triggers immediately after finishing. I guess it's a minor issue. I don't need to really worry about that much, but it appears to be working just fine. So just for the sake of completeness, let's just go into a game. I need more sound effects too. Oh man, there's so much to do. Abandon run. Let's see if I can get into a game before the music starts. No. Do I still have quick runs on? Or quick wins? Enable... Yeah, quick victory is still on. Okay. I think it's fine. I'm just gonna give it another look here. Because I'll be pushing this out to the playtest build after the stream is over. So I just want to make sure everything works as expected. Okay, awesome. Excellent. What happens? Okay, one more time. This goes away. So what happens if I mash the controller button? I think I'm going to accidentally click play again. So I may want to add, like if I really wanted to polish this up, I'd probably want to add some kind of short delay so you don't accidentally double click, but we'll try with the controller. We'll see what happens. The thing I'm most concerned about is that it at least doesn't break. Like if you mash the button. Yeah, that worked. Okay, that's pretty good. I think people are probably going to mash the button though and end up clicking play again. So, do I want to handle that? Okay. Let's see. Do I want to handle that? I think so. Let me think about this. I think the way that I would do this, skip animations, I would probably do quit to menu clickable control.add input lock. Play again, clickable control.add input lock. Yeah, we'll just do those two for now. And then I'll do var tween equals create normal tween. So not a tracked tween. Tween.tween interval. We'll just give it like a 0.2 seconds and then tween.tween action. Remove input lock on these. So that should just give a little bit of grace period. So if people are mashing the button, they won't like immediately click. Oops. Okay, let's do controller mash button grace period tween. Okay. Perfect. I think it's perfect anyway. Is it perfect? Maybe it needs to be a little bit higher. I don't want to make it too much, but I'm going to do like 0.3. Why is that weird? Why are those not appearing? Oh, there's still, oh, the fade, right, the fade in is still happening, right. Okay, well, the 0.3 grace period seems okay to me. That should prevent, like, if you're just trying to get through. Yeah. That should hopefully help. I can always tweak that up if I want to, but I think we're good. Add grace period to run overview skip. And that shouldn't be a problem if I just let the animation play out. Okay. Yeah. I can click play again if I want to. Perfect. All right. We can skip that now. All right. I think that's good. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do a new build. Oops. Node, tool, tagger, 19.21. Yes. Okay, that'll push out all my builds. Okay. All right. That's going to be it for the stream. I'm going to go get some dinner and I'll push that build out later. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here. Alchemortis is available for playtesting now. You have to be a Patreon member, though, to gain access to the playtest at this moment. So if you head on over to Patreon and subscribe to any tier, you will get access to the playtest. And otherwise, the playtest will be live for everyone starting on Monday, the 27th. So you don't have to pay anything to get access, but if you want to support the development and you want to get access now, join the Patreon. A Steam key will be sent to you for playtest access. Otherwise, you can wait until Monday, like I said. Thank you all for watching. All the links to support the game and my work are in the description below. And I'll be back at it tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, so I'm going to see you in just a little more than 12 hours again. All right. Have a good day, everybody. I'm tired. I'm going to go eat and probably chill, but I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.